I'm going to shoot a little video on how to set up your generator for long-term storage. I borrowed this generator during the ice storm we had here in Ontario so that I could run my fridge and freezers and keep my food from spoiling. So there are a few things that need to be done to it. When I first received this generator, I couldn't get it to start even with the choke on. So I had to take the air cleaner cover off right here, open the choke, and in this hole spray some carb cleaner I think I had, but you could use quick start or ether. Close the choke and then pull it over, and it ran, and I had to run it with half choke. So what I ended up doing was taking the cap off here and dumping in some fuel injection cleaner that I had, and then I no longer had to start it with carb cleaner. I was able to start it on the choke and then turn the choke off, and it ran fine. So there must have been some varnish in there or some old gas left in there when this was stored the last time. So hopefully, you know, that can be avoided the next time this generator is going to be used. Next, I'm going to take this air cleaner element and I'm going to clean it. Going to clean it with a little bit of carb cleaner. Now these can be oiled with some air cleaner oil, but this one, as you can see, is really dirty. So I'm just going to take it over and spray it. The great thing about using carb cleaner is it evaporates immediately. Just put this to the side and let it dry. Right here you'll see the spark plug. Just pull the spark plug cap off, put your spark plug wrench down here and remove it, and put it back in hand tight, then tighten it up with a wrench. Now I've done this because I had to remove it in order to go buy one. So here is the old spark plug, and I hope you can see that it's all carboned up, especially around the outer edge. Now it did run well after I cleaned the carburetor with some fuel injector cleaner, but for the price of $7.99 for two, let's put a new one in, and I've already done that. We've cleaned the air cleaner. The carburetor got cleaned when we were running it. We've changed the spark plug. Now it's time to treat the fuel, and this has a lot of gas in it, and I am going to drain it. But before we do that, we're going to put fuel stabilizer in it so that whatever gas is left in here after I drain it doesn't go bad. So if you read the instructions, it only takes a capful. The worst thing you can do is put too much fuel stabilizer in, because it just gums everything up and turns to a gel. So now we're actually going to drain the gas. If you look right here, you can see we have the fuel shutoff valve, and it is off because on is printed at the top. I'm going to squeeze this clamp, move it over, take the line off, put another hose off, have it go to my gas can, and then turn the petcock on, and that will allow all the fuel to drain out into a gas can. I'll use it for my lawnmower or something, and no stale fuel will be left in the tank, hopefully. Now I bought 4 foot of this plastic hose at the hardware store for $2. As you can see, I'm going to turn the petcock on the fuel is going to run out, especially if we take the cap off. And now we wait. I put a wedge under the back corner of the generator in order to get all the gas out of the tank. I think we're pretty good now. So we'll turn the valve off, and we'll pull this hose off, put it into the gas can. Hose is back on. Clamp is back on. Should be good. Now it's time to change the oil. And I got like garbage all over the drain plug and the fill, probably from it being tipped when it was being transported at some point. So I'm just going to take a little brake cleaner and clean this off so I can tell if I have a leak afterwards. Okay, this drain plug right here, that's 10 millimeter on this generator. Let's take it out. I have a new copper drain plug washer. Here's the old one. Don't reuse those. You end up with too much torque on the drain plug bolt. So put a new washer in. Snug it up. Our 10 millimeter socket. Clean off around it. And that's just to make sure that that we can tell if it's leaking or not. For some reason, the oil checking instructions are on the opposite side of the machine. And basically it tells you just to put the dipstick in and don't screw it in. And because it goes in the angle, you want it in the middle between the high and the low. So it's kind of a funny picture. I hope you can see it. I'm going to use an oil transfer pump, because I don't know how you would in the world get in here with a funnel. I suppose you could, but this works pretty well. Okay, so it's just starting to go in now, so I'll put one pump, 2, 3, and we'll check to see if it even shows. I can see it. It's not on there at all. So we'll put 2 more pumps in. 1, 2. This is an actual $15 pump from the hardware store. sure about this, I'm going to put it on the driveway. Nope, still nothing. Oh, it's just starting. I think it can take 2 more pumps, at least 1 more. Okay, it shows half and full, so we're going to call that good. Okay, so now we're going to run the gas out of the carburetor, and this will prove that our new spark plug works and that we get all the gas out of the carburetor so it doesn't gum up. So let's give it a shot. I'll turn the generator on. The choke is on. Let's pull it. And we'll just leave it run till the gas runs out. Okay, that's it. And that's with the gas on. So we'll turn this off. And we're going to check the oil again to make sure we're right where we want to be. And that should have stirred up all the dirt. Hope you can see that we're above the ad, like halfway, and up to the full. I'm going to call that perfect, and this machine is now ready to be stored, and in 4 years, or hopefully never, it needs to be used, it'll be ready to go. If this helps everyone, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.